What up, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Yup, it's me. It's me for real, live and living screen. So check this out, y'all. Um, if you can't hear me or see me well, let me know in the comment section. And I'll work it out somehow. My grandbaby is in the background. Yeah, it says that I'm live. Am I live? I'm live. I'm as live. So check this out, y'all. I just wanted to come live for a moment. Or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 11, 12, 13, something like that. Because I haven't been live in a minute. And I'm always bringing up topics and stuff like that I want to discuss. But, and how, if in the ever, I'm always, like, this boy just went. No, you think you sleep. Hold on, y'all. Stop. My grandbaby just spread his cookies to the floor. I don't know why. He likes to rub his stuff around on the dirt before he eat it. But he does. But anyway, oh, what? I wasn't. No, you standing here. Yeah, I'm getting old now. I'm gonna need my greens. I can keep my greens. I'm getting ready to cook a pot of greens. Oh, your sister got my big pot. Got to be more careful on your stuff out. Let's put it up here. The bread don't have to go over there with you, because I don't have no more room over here. So anyway, what had happened was I've been having some stuff that I've been wanting to talk about, and I wanted to go live and talk about it or do videos or whatever, but I ain't been faithful to none of it, and it's a doggone shame, because I'm looking at people that have started their channels like way after me, right? And their channels are doing so well. Like, I'm like, they monetized already, and I've been at this thing for 20, 30, 11 years, and I ain't even got to my 1,000 yet. But I'm looking and depending on you all to get me there. You feel me, Naki? Well, let me see how it is. I don't want the screen to be too where I can't see the comments. Let's do this. Yeah. So anyway, I've got to get more faithful. But I've been, going through a lot physically. I've been going on. Oh. Let me hold on, y'all. Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm not about to be. And this, y'all, StreamYard is not, they about their business for real, right? And when I say they about their business, I mean business of charging a sucker. You feel me? It's like, good Lord. Every time you go off and StreamYard and come back, it's like, dang, you paying more and more money. And also, I want to say, while we take a minute, we want to say, rest in peace to D'Angelo, man. Oh my God, it's like it's more than enough having lost Angie Stone just a few months ago, like 6 months ago. Dang, it's like 6 months ago. What else out the refrigerator? Where those potatoes come from? Yams. I told you to throw all that stuff in the trash. Just set out. You can't eat that. Yeah, tofu and man poison. But anyway, like Angie Stone just passed away like 6 months ago. Hold on, I'm gonna check the date. She just passed away. Smell them. You ain't smell that? She died, well, 6 months ago, seven, March. She just died 7 months ago. 7 months and 2 weeks. So, and then her son lost his mom and her daughter, obviously. But now her son has lost her father because they had her youngest child, which is her son, together. So now we want to just say, rest in peace. And I am also saying rest in peace to Diane Keaton because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was a Diane Keaton fan. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I'm trying to be honest with y'all when I say before black television became black television, white television was our TV. Okay, we had a sprinkle of us on national TV. And that's no lie because I came up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s and the early 2000s and 2010s and the 2020s. That's a lot of decades ago. But at any rate, on TV, the most prominent people on TV that we got, early TV, was, let me start back my earliest memories. Diane Carroll as I think it's Judy, her show. Um uh what Bill Cosby with I Spy, and then later on with Sanford and Son and Good Times, and of course spinoff from Maude and Jeffersons and stuff like that there, or Jefferson was a spinoff of Maude. But though it didn't come to the late 70s, early 80s, or what have you. But when I came up, it wasn't a lot of black people on TV. So you watched, you saw what you saw. You saw a few black people in some on the big screen, and most of them was black exploitation, which were movies that were made by blacks for blacks, that type of thing. But we didn't have a lot of African American actors and actresses that were on the small screen often. So Diane Keaton happened to be one of those quirky kind of entertaining people that I really enjoyed. Like even her latest work, like I really enjoyed Diane Keaton. Diane Keaton, Goldie Hawn, um, uh, some other older actresses that I really, Sally Field. I really enjoy Sally Field. She is her thing is Sybil and a whole lot of stuff. I love Sally Field. Who else? Um, just all of them. I don't know. There's a bunch of them, but and then obviously, we came on into our African American people that did their thing, Nizzle. But rest in peace to the greatest of them all. Your nephew just escaped again. I need you to get him so I can fix him. You're not finished with the throwaway stuff, so we need to smell out of here. I really need you to throw this stuff away. It's stink that leftovers, not the berries, the leftovers. Those 3 fries in that bag, those 2.5 hot dogs. Look, what's behind you? Hey, buddy. Hey. My grandbaby's starting to walk. And when I tell you Fred Sanford ain't gone nowhere, dang, I hate I wasted all that cheese on that macaroni and it stayed out. That kind of, and you messing up my dishes. Like, you keep putting dirty stuff on play side. Come here, buddy. Look, I just changed your diaper. What you pulling on? Take your hair now. Say uh. Say no, Granny. Uh-oh. Say uh-oh, Grandma. Uh-oh. Y'all, when I say that's my baby, There's my baby, my big boy. But he need to go back in that walker because he's getting into everything. Y'all heard start hearing stuff hit the ground in a minute. That's just my grandbaby cleaning off my shelves. Yeah, he feel like I ain't got enough to do. So yeah, I have surgery next week. I have to have a major surgery on my spine. And I need you guys to continue to pray for me. Um, keep me in your prayers. It's gonna be the recovery time can be from 3 months to a year. I'm certainly hoping that um, it's not that long. But I would pray, I solicit your prayers, and I hate it because it's gonna be a minute for me to be able to get back to work, get my hustle on, because you guys know I cater and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes it interferes. It's gonna interfere with my little extra income, which I hate because yeah, anytime your greenbacks get disturbed, your moolah gets disturbed. It's like crazy. I'm trying to get somebody to come on here. I didn't tell anybody I was going live. I just kind of jumped on here because I was feeling kind of like keep being comfortable. This boy throwing bottles everywhere, y'all. Okay, why turn off this delivery port? All right, I'm sorry, y'all. He got a pop bottle and he's happy now, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, and then I was thinking about. I know you guys heard about uh the hold on one second. I know y'all heard about the um thing about with Papoose and Clarissa Shields and the comedian God, what's that? Gerald Houston Hurston, something like that. So anyway, he climbing back in. Leave him out. I'm about to use him. So he decided it would be a good idea. Gerald Houston. He's one of those troll kind of shock factor kind of comedians, right? So he does this thing. Yes, can you bring some tissue when you come out? He does this thing where he trolls people, like pops up on people and he trolls them. And could you get his sausages out of his book bag so I can give him. He trolls people and he likes to get their reaction on camera, right? So he was trolling Clarissa Shields after the Terrence Crawford fight, and the next thing you know, he got smacked in the face. So what happened was um, went up to Clarissa after the fight, and he called her Serena Williams. He's like, "You Serena Williams, you Serena Williams." And at first she was like, she didn't recognize who he was or anything. So she was like, "Wait, no, I'm not." And, it kept going because she was talking to him. Some of the boxers that was at the mat here. She was talking to some of the other boxers that were at the match. So she kind of blew it off, brushed it off, or whatever. But he kept at it. He was like, "Yeah, you are. You Serena Williams. You Serena Williams. You that lady Serena Williams, the tennis player and blah, blah, blah." And she said he probably would have done better if he had to let her know what was going on first instead of just trolling her or what have you. So he just kept at it, and she was like, "Bro, I'm having a conversation. Can you just stop? I told you I'm not Serena Williams. Now just stop it." And he kept at it, and then he started getting up in her face. But he didn't have a camera. He had those meta glasses on that record. No. Sit down. He had those meta glasses on that do the recording while he was trolling her or whatever. So finally she was like, "You gonna take it for a minute? Here. Give me these. Minus this one. Minus this one." And anyway, he started getting close to her, get on her face and all up in her face or whatever. And Ronnie Papoose was like, "Hey, dude, she told you to leave her alone. Just leave her alone." And he said something that Pap wasn't going for, and Pap threw a book at him. Smacked him in his right between the eyes. So he got a little gash or something right between his eyes or whatever. And so people start talking about it or whatever. And now, of course, everybody trying to say Pep was in the wrong and this, that, and the other. But first of all, she's a celebrity, a big celebrity. So people like that, you can't just walk up on and troll and don't, especially a fighter type person, and don't expect to not get dealt with. You just can't walk up on people in their private space, in their own personal little space, and walk up on them and do things like that. But he did, and he got what was coming to him. So a lot of people saying that Papoose was wrong or what have you, but no, he was protecting his girl. Now, I mean, that is what it is. He didn't know what bag. They didn't know this dude. They didn't know what bag he was coming out of for real. And stuff happens like that. And what kind of dude would sit back and let somebody troll and get into his woman's space like that without defending his girl? He did what he's supposed to do. So later on, the guy was bleeding, and I guess one of his boys was trolling him. Now saying, he said, "Yeah, but he just got smacked in the face with a book by Papoose." And then so he said, Gerald himself said, "Yeah, you do play stupid games, you win stupid prizes." So in other words, he was playing too much, and he shouldn't have done that, and he got what he got. He didn't seek nothing else of it, but of course, the internet always has their way of always trying to say, "Well, dang, excuse me, he was doing too much. He shouldn't have did this. He shouldn't have did that, or what have you." I'm gonna drop the link in case somebody wants to join me. But I need to make sure you're you before your day. But anyway, so yeah, he was like, "You play stupid games, you win super prizes," and he got what he deserved, being all up in them people's face like that. You can't do that to everybody, you know what I'm saying? So Yeah, it was that type of situation with that. But it's like, so much is going on. Like, I wanted to get up and talk about the Peach McIntyre thing when she went and started trolling the felt program. The felt program is a program down in Florida that the it's an acronym. Felt is an acronym for feeding empty little tummies. So first of all, hey babe, how are you? Thanks for dropping in. Don't forget to like and share. Try to get my numbers up. Like I said, I've been at this stage for 50, 11 years and I ain't even got monetized yet. Believe that. But so yeah, so Peach was trolling them because she went to, hey, oh hey boo boo. Girl, I miss you like I miss my ability to walk. I ain't lying. I miss you that much. I miss you so much. I have surgery on next Tuesday. Spinal surgery. So yeah. I'm so glad to see you. I wish you'd jump up here, talk to your girl for a minute. With your beautiful self. You are such a pretty girl. You see, we lost singer D'Angelo this earlier today from pancreatic cancer. That was sad. Sad news. But oh, here you go. Hey, Sugarfoot!
Hi, baby. Hi, Mama. How you doing?
Girl, I'm doing. I'm here. I'm happy
Yeah.
that God is in the land of the living, even though
Okay.
but I'm good. God is good.
You said you getting a surgery on Tuesday.
Yep, I have to have a minor surgery, a major.
Well, I'm gonna be praying for you.
Please do.
I absolutely will, Miss Sis. So I'm gonna put you in my little prayer book right now.
Yes, ma'am. Pray for your girl.
I
Um,
sure will.
3 months to a year, really, but I'm trusting God. I get up and at it before it is. But right now, I'm hoping that it rectifies some of the serious issues that I'm having because in the spinal stenosis and the other issues is causing me to lose the ability to walk. A lot of function on my waist down. Put it like that.
Oh no.
So, yeah, but God is good.
All the time.
Good in spite of all of the pain and everything else. I have my sad days sometimes because I can't do like I like to do, and I like to go. I ain't been able to go as much.
Yeah.
Able to get
And
out
that's
like I
okay
like.
because there's a time to sit and a time to be patient.
And this is that time. This is that. Now this phone has not rung until I hold on one second. Okay, give me one quick second.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
it's the same as the other one. Sis. Can you hear me? I know what you
I
calling
can
for.
hear.
Same as the other one. I'll put your card back in the room.
Okay, Miss Sis-Lo went on mute, y'all. If y'all are coming through, please hit the up like, drop down in the chat. Thank you. God is good all the time. The hand on your line.
Okay, thank you. So
Okay.
yeah, I was talking about. Could you shut your door? Shut your door, please. I was talking earlier about um Peach McIntyre. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's a YouTuber. She calls herself an influencer, but I don't get influenced by her to do
She
anything. But
calls
anyway,
herself what?
an influencer.
Oh
You
no,
know
I
how
don't
they
know her.
she says she's an influencer, but I'm not influenced to do anything that she does. Right? So she was in trending last week and for the last couple of weeks because she began trolling Felt in down in I think they're out of Tampa, Florida or something. But Felt is the acronym for feeding empty little tummies. So she's the one,
Oh,
yeah, she's the one that is not that girl. That lady got 9
oh, I
kids.
love that.
She got 9 kids and a husband. She got like 9 children, and she has a husband that don't really care about her, that she takes care of, and this, and she makes. I mean, it's public. She makes it known, but
Yeah,
she does these YouTube videos and classes and whatnot on how to grow your page and get the most out of it and this and that. So people pay her to go into classes for her to teach. But I've heard that you don't really learn much. You get in there and talk about her and her kids and her husband or whatever. But anyway, so you know, she's made quite a bit of money,
yeah.
and she's still bragging about the fact that she makes $20,000 a month
Oh my.
on social media. But
Oh,
you see her on there applying for assistance for her children. So some of her 9 children are autistic. I think like quite a few of them are autistic. And so she's telling them that she needs swimming lessons and babysitting and all this, that, and the other. But she sits up here and trolls Felt because they said that, I mean, they gave her children lunch bags, these little black lunch bags, like you get from
yeah.
the grocery, whatever, the little or the liquor store, the black bags.
Uh-huh.
And they give bag lunches to her children, bag lunches. And so they came home, mommy, did you allegedly, mommy, did you sign us up for a program or something? Because they gave us this. And they had like ramen noodles and granola bar, Capri Sun, little stuff like that for them to, I guess eat during the day or whatever. So they prepare these couple of thousand lunches a week, allegedly, for different kids all over the school system. And so she went up there and cussed the people out at the school, at the Felt um, headquarters or whatever, threw the lunches back at them and told you, don't you ever do this again. Why was my only the 2 little black kids, the only ones that got
Oh,
the lunches in the out of a predominantly white school and this, that, and the other. So they
oh
were like,
no.
it's not like we saw your children pictures. Yeah, oh, here are 2 little black kids. Let's just do this. But she didn't think that when you apply in most uh, cases, if you apply for public assistance, food benefits, or anything, at the end of most of the application, it said, "Would you like for us to pass your name on to other
Right.
um, programs that you may
Vendors or programs, right. Mm-hmm.
in most cases, a lot of people click yes.
Of
So, and
course.
it can be anything from food to after school programs to rent assistance to whatever. So 9 times out of 10, she could guess. So they probably did that, and that's how they get their listing in most cases from referrals like that. So, however, it was very unnecessary for her to go up to the kid's school or to Felt out and going off on them. And then to add insult to injury, she kept coming back and forth doing little shorts saying, hi, I can't think of the lady's name, but she's a pretty little something blonde girl. She says, hi, I'm just gonna say Terry because I don't know. Hi Terry. I just want to ask you when you are doing this and that. So she started trolling the lady, and then she started making these terrible videos, like talking about how she auctions off of these Louis Vuitton bags supposedly to make money to put into the program. But where do you get those programs? Where I mean, all of those gifts from? Are these the gifts that you buy with those? Um, Gift cards that were donated to you, or just really just start mess, to be honest with you. But that's what she does. She gets a lot of
Mm-hmm.
her content from trolling other people or having a
Mm-hmm.
problem, basically. So anyway, she made it really bad with this lady, and someone called right after this, called CPS again, because somebody's always calling protective services on her. Not like, one thing about social media is going to be a judge and your jury in most cases of anything. And it doesn't have to make sense overall. All it has to do is make sense to them. And they will feed,
Mm-hmm.
protect the service. Oh, yo, that baby nose is nasty. It's always nasty. She don't never wash their hands. She'll never, and that'll be a reason they call, that type of thing. Then she just had twins. They're not even a year old. And they were in ICU until they came home recently, a few months ago. So now they're saying, oh, she leaving the babies at home with Wood. That's her husband. With Wood. And they know he a womanizing alcoholic and all this other kind of crazy stuff. What Wood gonna do? He don't even know how to take care of. He don't know what to do. And the oldest son is tired, and the other kid is autistic. It's like it's just a mess. But she keeps putting it out there. But she makes the best of it, and it's content for her, and it keeps her money, her numbers up.
Well, yeah, because
But
the
yeah,
drama sells, right?
drama sells before anything. Like I could get on here the good news, and I'm like, wait, you know what they want to hear? They want to hear, oh, little Miss Evangelist Sis-Lo got caught up. I seen her on the corner last night trying to sell her cookies to get some milk to go with them cookies. You know what I'm saying? Just anything. I'd rather hear,
Mm-hmm.
hey, girl, what's going on, 505? What's
Hey,
cracking
Queen
back?
Sister. Hey, Queen Sister.
So not even have to be anything true. Just like I've noticed this AI thing has gone way too far. Like they'll report that anybody is dead just to get people to click that clickbait thing, just to, you know, get people to tune in and to
Yeah,
look. But
yeah.
when it starts life difficult for other people unnecessarily, I just don't like that. I go to Pistons truck. I wonder where that I live where I live now. I can see just about everything going from to and from downtown Detroit. So I love it there.
Mm,
But
okay.
yeah, it's like
Love you too,
going on. Love you.
504. Love you too.
I love you too, Sugarfoot. You know I do.
Yeah.
But like when I was coming on every day at noon praying everywhere, I had a little few people or whatever. But when I like very few people want to hear a prayer, they don't care about it. But they have more love for people that oust the church people or that don't feel like. But it's like you ask for people to pray for you, but do you really, really mean it? Because if you say for me, you put up the praying hands or say pray for me, I will literally stop right there and whisper a prayer. Now I'm not gonna sit there and go to God, "Hey, Lord Jesus, come on down and I don't have time to do all that all the time. But if you ask me to pray for you, I definitely will. But a lot of people don't really want it. They just say it just because it's something to say or it's per usual. But yeah, it's just crazy. But so it's like they are entertained by her foolishness, her
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to something she can say like, how do I function day to day with 9 kids and a husband? Like I mean, a lot of people are interested in and when you have a lot of kids like that, your day to day activities of what you're really, really doing with your kids. Like
Mm-hmm.
9 kids. Let me see how this works. Because
Mm-hmm.
I got
Yeah,
breakfast.
you could just put the camera up. She could just put the camera up and do like, this is my breakfast routine. This is my nightly routine. This is my after I drop the kids off at school routine, or this is my, yes, there is an avenue for everything. But you know what? It's a I don't know this person, so I don't want to speak ill on them, but it's like you get caught up. It's almost like a greed, it's a desire where it's very fast money. If you have drama, if you have issues and you know that, of course you're going to add a little bit of, like you said, clickbait, a little bit of rage bait. You know people don't like it when you do this, that, and the other, but it gives you high numbers, which equates high money. So this is my thing, Miss Sis-Lo, when it comes to parent creators. If your children are fed, bathed, can read, write, have some type of common sense to them, I'm not fixing to judge you. I'm just
Right.
not.
And in this
Now, the
case,
internet will judge you. And then if you want to play with the internet, that's fine. But think about your babies. Do you think in 10, 20 years, your kids want all their business out there like that?
period. But here's the thing, though. It's like it's even that part. Like I wouldn't care what you did, but don't troll and create issues with other people just to get your content because she did that unnecessarily to that young lady. She took something that was a beautiful thing for all these. I mean, the lady got like over.
Mhm.
They packed thousands
That
of
was
lunch.
tacky. That was tacky. Don't you ever. I don't like to see videos where they say, "Oh, this is what the shelter fed me today," and they're ungrateful about it.
Or they say, she said, "Don't you ever, and I mean ever, do no bull SHI like this again. My kids are far from being hungry. They are not this that. But you're applying for food stamps though, and you bragging about making $20,000 a month
Well, I
on."
mean, you got to be careful now because they talking about they cutting this, they cutting that. Shoot, you better get on every freaking uh every list that offers free food. You don't have to take it, but you better you got 9 kids and you don't have a garden and you don't own meat cows that you can slaughter. Oh, baby, you better be put on that dang list.
And there have been people that like are willing to pay for things for her autistic children. It can be the latest um, programs on the latest learning programming, or it can
Hmm.
be some of those swimming lessons. I don't want nothing from none of y'all. And she's mean to her people. Like she says mean. I don't follow her. I mean, I watched it in the beginning thinking like, oh, it's cool. I mean, but
And
when I
then
was
she
watching,
got that spirit of greed on her,
it was
ungrateful and greedy.
she's very ungrateful. Just it wouldn't take you to scroll. You don't even have to watch the whole video. Just scroll through a couple of the videos, but
No,
not the
no, I'm
snap.
good. I'll take your word for it, Miss Sis-Lo. I trust you.
But I'm just saying you will be able to get a whole summary
What's her
of
name?
Peach McIntyre, and
Oh,
she
I've
got
seen her on TikTok. I've seen her before on TikTok. Yes, she does carry a strong personality. She does carry a
right,
strong personality.
and she had a gambling problem. She was out there at that casino often, and she was not. She talked about it, but it was like after other people started like bringing it to the forefront. She was out there gambling. She talked about her husband going out there. That's what he does. Like I mean,
I
like
remember.
it's
She
almost
does
like
it
a
for views.
career
She does it for views. She
of
does.
gambling.
And
And
you know what? I will
some
say
people are good like that.
she, she does have a decent home from what I've seen. So she's definitely put, if she applied for food stamps, I don't know if that's rage bait or clickbait. Um, I don't know. But I've seen
Wait a
her
minute,
home. It's decent.
let me tell you this, baby.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, she has a decent Airbnb. She's got a decent Airbnb.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
she does. Because
lost
at
a
one point,
home. They lost a home. 504. They lost a
exactly.
home and got a new one.
Yes, they got a
Because
new one,
that's
but
when
the
I
lady,
found her, was when they was getting ready to move into their new place.
right? But I understand. But my understanding of the place that they are living now is not her home. It's an Airbnb.
Mm.
That's what I can understand. Now I could be wrong, and I will admit, oh, I made a mistake. But yeah, she was, and then she was angry at her mom about something, so she put that out there. Her and her mom relationship, she was calling her all kind of. And I don't have any respect for a person that could just. I mean, I understand if you have some crazy stuff going on with your family, but please don't get in front of me and disrespect your mother or your father like that. You got a problem with it, keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear it, especially calling your mom a B word or all that other stuff. I just don't do that. Me and my mother did not have a perfect relationship. Our relationship got the best it ever was, like the last few years before my mother passed. And I long for my mother even today because I was just like getting so relaxed and of having the relationship that we had. But even at that, I was taking care of my mom. I was doing a lot, for her. And I don't think that was the reason why we got close. I think it just got to a time of maturation for both of us. You understand? So,
Mhm.
but they had a terrible relationship. But at any rate, let me see. I missed something with my baby. She said, I agree, and then you don't want everyone praying for you either. This is true. I was just talking about with myself, praying I had like on Instagram, it got up to about 30, 40 people a day. Just about lurker, didn't it? That was back
Yep.
in
Yep.
2018, 2019 when I was praying.
Mhm.
But it was quite a
Mhm.
bit, all of the put on net
No,
or
we
whatever.
loved it. Yeah. Mhm. But I do agree with 504. You don't want everybody praying for you because sometimes they'll switch that A for an E
Yeah,
and they'll turn
exactly.
into a little
Right.
they will start praying like you
Which
yes, like you pray. Like they're a predator. Absolutely not.
which brings
But
me to
yes, Miss Sis-Lo's prayers have always been the truth. Amen.
the God bless, thank God. But it brings me to another individual since you opened gave us a perfect segue. Um, David E. Taylor from out of the same area in Florida. He had churches in Florida, I believe in Georgia, I believe in LA. He had one in the Detroit area where he was a prophet for a profit. He replaced the P for an F.
That's right.
And okay, let me tell you my personal experience with this guy. Well, not directly with him, but with someone following him. So he was one of these guys that was always one of those prosperity preachers. I don't get into that. I do not get into that. You are never going to hear me come to you and say, if you give me $10 today, I'm going to pray that God does this, that, or the other. Or if God will move in your favor in 1 week if you just give me da 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 da. Because guess what? If God's gonna move, He's gonna move anyway. In that
Mm-hmm.
1 week, 1 day, whatever. And if I see it spiritually, there's not a dime attached to it. It's because this is what God has given me for you. And then it's
Mm-hmm.
always thing when you know profits for profit. That word that they give to you is always so broad. It is always such a broad word that anybody in the
Mm-hmm.
audience and they seek it out. I've been in those situations. So anyway, this particular young lady, when I first started having issues with my health and whatnot, she called me and she says, Prophet Taylor's coming. He's gonna be at such and such all week, and you need to get up and go pull yourself together. I don't care what you got to do. You got to get yourself together, and you got to go with me because this man of God. And she talks like that too. This man of God, he preached, and I've seen him to call out the demon of cancer, and he did this, and he did this, and he did it. I said, I'm not going. Well, you need to go because I'm trying to tell you there is a word in the Lord. I said, but I have a pastor
Come on.
that that operates prophetically. And if there is be a word, that word will be delivered through my pastor, not through that man. And I said, and there's something about him that does not agree with my spirit. I can't do it. Well, I just thought I'd tell you, but I'll call you again because I'm going such and such a night, and I just want to make sure. But I'm just telling you, you need to pray about it. I asked the Lord, and I said, okay, I hear you talking. So she calls me back 2 days later and she's going. I said, no, I told you seriously, I'm not going. Okay. Come to current day and what happens? This man got women in his house living in a huge mansion. They can't go to bed or go to sleep until they have made several calls soliciting finances from people, telling them that there is a word for you, this, that, and the other, whatever. Some of the same women that he has in his mansion are made for him to sleep with. You know what I'm saying? They X amount of them have prostituted themselves to him, or been his faithful concubine, or whatever, or manipulated to be such. And the young lady that he has working with him, she also slept with him. She was also sleeping with him and bringing
Oh
women in.
my goodness.
It is absolutely ridiculous. So now he's held without bond, awaiting extradition from Florida come to Detroit because they got him on. He got mentions in all of these places. And this is the person that she tried over 10 years ago to manipulate me into God. I kept telling her no, and you need to stop. I am not a profit chaser. I've never been one of those. The healing journey is coming through. Let's go in and he will heal you of this, and this. And then they pick up your walker and throw your walker in the back. Let me tell you one movie that sums it all of how those people work. Is Leap of Faith with Steve Martin.
Mm.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Okay, yes, I have. And I do enjoy Steve Martin.
It's called Leap. I love me some Steve Martin, girl. Oh, wait. But that movie tells the ultimate truth about how some of those fake healers, not faith healers, fake healers, do when
Mm-hmm.
they come and they solicit money and yakety yak. God is talking back. I mean, it was so
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And they pull you in with the music, with all of the little bells and whistles. I mean, they know how to entertain, but
Well, of
I've never
course.
been one that was intrigued by that stuff. So anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Me
another
neither.
one of yeah. But if you look him up, David E. Taylor, yeah, he's in, and girl, when you see him, he got a big hole in his afro. Like, I mean, his afro is like way back,
Not
way
a
back. He has
hole
got
in his afro. Oh boy.
yeah, a big hole in his afro. He's bald and he's
Uh-oh.
ugly and he's fat and he's ugly. And it's like he's not. Who would be attracted to that? When people say, "Oh, he just turn," girl, he don't turn you on. No, 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 no. That's that money.
Ah,
That's
you
that
know
little
what
bit.
it is? People, you know what it is? People get blinded by men of higher quote unquote stature. So
Is
you
that
don't have to be attractive. You just have to be a man that has a congregation, a man that comes with his cologne and his suit on and say a good word real quick. Listen, if my pastor ever offered and he wasn't single, if my pastor wasn't single, if he was a married man and he talking about come see me in the back by yourself, that's inappropriate.
inappropriate?
They should always
Right?
go two by two, whether it's two women or two, it's got to be two by two when you're dealing with the Lord's people, because one, somebody's going to either try and challenge the pastor, or two,
Exactly.
the pastor might not be a pastor of God and he start challenging you. And that's how cults are formed. Cults. These are not of God. These are cults. You are now following a man instead of following God.
Yeah. This is exactly what um he was. He was a cult.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing occultic things. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things where it's like that one cult where the young lady from So You Think You Can Dance and all those dancers and entertainment people. Girl, I forgot about it, but her family did a thing on Netflix, I think. Dying to dance
Mm-hmm.
or dying to dance or something to that effect. But anyway, he's a manipulator. He's a cult. It's out in LA. And there's a like all of these. inspiring dancers and singers and all that. They live in this big mansion, but it's all the same. He does the same nature boy thing, make them
Mm-hmm.
stop,
Tactic.
and
Mm-hmm.
they make them contact with their families. They can only listen to him as a minister,
Yep.
and you know what I'm saying.
That's
It's just cultic. All of the telltale signs.
if
So
you
yes.
cannot
Also,
question your
while I'm
if you
talking to you, I do.
well, I was gonna say real quick, Miss Sis-Lo, before we switch gears,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
if you can't question your pastor or your elders, whether it's the deacons, whether it's the first lady, if you can't not question them, but come to them with questions so they can clarify, and they give you a scripture to back up what they're doing. And I'm not talking like a scripture that says women be submissive to men. I'm not talking that kind of scripture. I'm talking about a scripture that has multiple scriptures, that has multiple relevance to what they're trying to teach. If you can't go to your pastor for clarification and true communication, that's not a pastor. That's not a pastor. So don't look for man to
And
save you. Look for God to save you, and he'll use your pastor to save you.
you get $1 million for the day. Hey, you get $1 million for the day. You get $1 million for the day. One of my pastors that sat under the tutelage of for probably the better part of 20 years, and I still love him to this day. Always said, if you don't have an answer, be eager to find it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, there's no way you can just know everything. But he say, if you don't know right then, say, you know what? Let me get back to you on that. I guarantee you, I'll find you the answer. Give me to the night, or give me a couple of days, and I'll get back
That's
with you
right.
on something down and make it clear for you. I can respect you saying you don't know, rather you give me some bum crazy idea of an
Mm,
answer that had absolutely nothing to do with what we were talking about. But
mm-hmm.
it magnifies you
Mm-hmm.
and makes God, or the God part, look smaller.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Another segue.
Mm.
But before I segue, let me say this: I do want to get you and a couple of other ladies over, or men, to discuss, for some people who do not know, I don't know where they've been, the history of carbonation and the manipulation that he had these people under, because now is a more acceptable season than when you were actually, when the group was actually
Yeah.
trying to get taken out.
Yeah. It was ahead of its time for sure.
The group was definitely ahead of its time. That group was
Mm-hmm.
10 years ahead of today's things that are going on.
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
So but now it's a little bit more acceptable, because now that whole thing is every so many years it resubmerges in a different form. But that nature boy type thing was one of its kind,
Mhm.
because the internet made him what he was.
Yes, it
Back in
did.
back in the day, oh, good old fashioned word of mouth did it, which is why it grew slower, but it lasted longer, because there were not the of the internet people to expose it as quick. So anyway, I do want to get an opportunity where you guys have a month or whatever to prepare yourselves to come, and just a good hour long discussion, or if it has to be two-part or something like that, to just
We
kind of
should
break.
hit up. We could probably pull something off for maybe like Halloween, like a little spooky season. You got my Instagram, so just send me a DM, and I'm absolutely yeah. I'll reach out. I'll even see if Stinson can come through. I
Oh
know Father Four is in the chat. She might be around. I'll reach out to God Mama. Yeah.
yeah, the good parts of that
Yeah,
rooms.
we could do a little spooky season rewind type thing. You know
So in
how they always play Friday the 13th and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that? Yeah, we could do something like there. You know, we don't need a movie. We saw real life. Okay.
Real life. We saw people getting beat, whooped, smacked, all kind of crap on in real time. In real
In
time.
real time.
Ba- Babies being born. I still got pictures of Eliana.
Babies being not born.
Yeah, babies being not born. They drank the Kool-Aid, as what's her name said. What's the mixed girl name? You know what I'm talking about.
Ifiru.
I don't know what her name is today. The mixed girl.
It's a Firu. Efiru.
Eh, Rue. She said,
Hmm.
I'll drink the Kool-Aid. And she did. And she did.
Oh, Miss
And then
Sis-Lo, Miss Sis-Lo, I'm sorry. Hold on. I have a call coming that I have to take. If
okay,
you're
okay.
still live, I'll come back. I love you.
I love you too. Look up House of
Okay.
Prayer.
I
House of
sure
Prayer.
will. I put you on my list. I love you and get in my DMs. Okay. Okay. Bye
All
bye.
right, baby. Okay, I'm glad she jumped on here. That was a blessing. Yeah, I know they have a YouTube channel, but I don't know what it is. I miss everything. But you got to keep me. You used to give me little emails every once in a while, keeping me posted. But if y'all don't tell me, I don't know. And there are, other people that go live and talk about it. But baby, I can't do a 3, 4, 5 hour live no more. Like I don't have the bones for it. But I was going to have you guys also to look up the United House of Prayer for all people of the apostolic faith. Yes, that's the full name of the church or the organization. When I tell you guys that these people call their pastor daddy, they address him as sweet daddy, sweet daddy Grace, sweet daddy Bailey, sweet daddy Cunningham, sweet daddy this, that. So uh you see dream something. I don't remember. They saw one of them. Oh, okay. Yeah. Um, so this, if you look up United House of Prayer online, you will see them. This man sits in the front of the church. They call him Daddy, Sweet Daddy, and his last name. So the current bishop, because the last bishop died, Bailey, his name was Sweet Daddy Bailey. The one who founded the organization, his name was Sweet Daddy Grace. Gray had long fingernails that was all polished, long hair, eyebrows. Not well, my mama used to say when they paint them on eyebrows. She didn't say eyebrows, she said eyebrows. So he had eyebrows, long fingernails, long hair, Roy had every color Rolls Royce, and this was back in the early 1900s. And this man started this organization, and not right, and they have the New Orleans blue jazz kind of brass band. I mean, when I tell you they rock and roll, but when, like, the gospel songs might say, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. They changed it to, I love you, Daddy. I worship and adore you. Just want to tell you, Daddy, I love you more than anything. And he's sitting up in the pulpit in this big throne that swivels back and forth. He sits up in his big throne. And while he's sitting there, he don't have to stand up for nothing. He sits there and he speaks his words. He sing along and he sit there and he has maids, which consists of little young girls and very young women that go down to the bottom of the pulpit to receive from the younger maids, which are the little elementary size girls that are collecting money from the people in the congregation. They walk through the whole service up and down the aisle. Each of the little girls have a row. They walk up and down the row. They get the money. They take it to the office, to the pulpit, and they bow to the young lady receiving it. That little girl, she then does the, you know what that little dance they call when you point your arms up and bow your head, like you're bumping your head to your elbow. They do one of those little things like that. And then they hand the money to him. He take the money and he does whatever, bless it, do whatever he do to it. He gives it back to her and she drops it in a little bucket on both sides. He got a little bucket. And then he waves to the audience every time he gets in. Girl, when I tell you I saw that, and I said, oh my God. Oh my gosh. They calling this man daddy and they worship him. And he says, I am the one that takes your problems to God. I'm the one that God speaks to on your behalf. And I'm the one you speak to. And I take your situation. And when I say that there are a church full of men and women worshiping this man, a church full of men and women. And it's not just a church. There are churches across the United States that are all following this same man. That's just too much. That's too much. And that is occultic. That's something else that people should be aware of. There are a few people that talk about how it is since they escaped it, but it ain't many. There's not many. I see more people sharing the services and discussing it. And, oh, Daddy preached a word today. Daddy, that's scary. That's scary. And the last one that just passed away, Bitch Bailey, that joker got so big, he was tall and heavy. That joker got so big, they made a pulpit on wheels to roll him around the church. He had a wheel altar, and they call it the Holy of Holies. Where he sat is the Holy of Holies. Now that right there is sacrilegious, and it is blasphemy, because the Holy of Holies was like an item that was beyond the veil. It was behind the veil, and only the high priest could go behind the veil at that time. But see, it would take people that really study their word to know that once Jesus died on the cross, that veil was rent. And you no longer have to go to the Holy of Holies or to the priest, the high priest, to ask him to take your stuff behind the veil to the Holy of Holies, to ask God to forgive you once a year. Now you could go to God for yourself. You don't have to do all that. They get away with that in the Old Testament. What in the world? Why? I'm sorry, when Jesus was crucified, that was all that was done away with. So what are they doing? It's blasphemous. And they got people thinking that he's, in other words, the modern day Jesus, I guess. No, I love you, Daddy. No, look it up. Look it up. It's a mess. It's a mess. So yeah, we got a lot of trending topics that's going on recently. You said, hell no. Oh, you said, what are you looking up again? It's called the United House of Prayer. If you just look up at UHOP, you'll find it, because it's a long acronym. United House of Prayer of all people, for all people of the apostolic faith. That's the whole name of it. But if you just look up United House of Prayer, you put it up. You will find it that way. That's crazy. And you will see that I'm not kidding. When you see this, the newest bishop is Cunningham. So it's Sweet Daddy Cunningham. The one that just passed, I believe it was earlier this year or late last year, was Sweet Daddy Bailey. And there's, let me see if I can find, if I find this, I'm gonna show y'all this. Hold on, let me see if I can find this girl. Uh, where they do this introduction. This is gonna blow your mind. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Sweet, 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 sweet daddy. I couldn't believe that mess, man. So Tamara Hall had another baby. I just ran across that by mistake. I wasn't trying to. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm looking for it. So I'm gonna find it. You see it. I got it. Not they care to pass in the gold. You hear me? You hear me, girl? You hear me, girl? What is him himself? I can't. I'm trying to find that introduction, girl. That's here now, and they falling all out in the church. And people was falling out. I was like, what in the adultery is going on here? What in the adultery is going on here? Hold on. I'm trying to find. Girl. Sweet. Hold on, if I take this off, maybe I'll find it. Okay, listen, it's giving me a headache, a headache. You said, did you see the one I think Switzerland Lurker shared that on her TikTok? No, no. Oh, you gotta inbox me the link to that one. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna share this page. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, y'all. Just I'm gonna share this part right here. You are, are am you ready or am you ready? Is this Did you see that? Did you? Oh no, you couldn't see it because I didn't share it. My crazy tail. Hold on, child. Shot to my head and not my heart. So we're gonna play that over because y'all could see it. There you go. For all people, he is daddy to the children of the house of prayer. I speak of none of our very own precious, sweet, 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 daddy medicine. That's enough of that. Now, did you see that? You would not believe it if I didn't show it to you myself. You would not believe it if I didn't show it to you myself. Oh, okay. I'm gonna start this message so I can go back and look at it. What? I'm going to look it up. Child. Child. So wait. So wait. So wait. Sweet daddy. That was Sweet Daddy Madison. And then you saw Sweet Daddy Big Boy being brought in the motorized in the chariot, like you said. Man, I couldn't believe it. I mean, then these people singing and dancing and praising. Thank you, Daddy, and we love you, Daddy. And oh my goodness, I couldn't, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And the original Sweet Daddy or the House of Prayer or whatever, child had fingernails that were like, I mean, it was crazy. You couldn't even, they were so long. I don't know where my avatar go. Is that crazy or what? I can't find my avatar. But look, y'all, I've been on here so long. I'm gonna have to come back another time in a few hours, maybe with another bunch of trending news and what I call jackasses of the week. Let me call you back and talk about this. Talking about the jackasses of the week. Jackass of the week. Jackass of the week. Thanks for tuning in. Holla at your girl. If you got anything that you'd like to share, let's share it right here. Let me see. This is my email. No, babe, I ain't been over there in about. Well, I drop in every blue moon if I catch him live, but I don't be over there for long because I don't be on here long. I gotta get over here now, feed my grandbaby, and check him and make sure he don't need to be changed. So, me and my daughter, matter of fact, God doggy, she's supposed to be laying down. No, when she just emailed, texted me too. She flying in, talking about she'll be at 5:40 ish. I got to pick her up from the airport. So I'm going to have to be leaving here at about 5 o'clock. so I can go and pick her up from the airport. And I am not ready for this drive. Yeah. Okay, y'all. I love you on purpose. Yes, ma'am. Ah, I love it. I didn't even see that when I looked up. I saw you saying it too. I love you on purpose. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I will talk to y'all soon. Share the live. Love you. Peace.